Hello and welcome to IT Tips Day 14. We're going to continue looking at colour today, and I'm going to introduce hexadecimal colours. Just a bit of background maths, which I'll try and go through very quickly. Don't worry if you don't understand it, you can look into it in more detail if you wish. So we're used to working with the decimal number system, where we have hundreds, tens and units, and in the units column you would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the next number would be a 1 in the tens column and a 0 in the units, and we call that number 10. And you then continue with increasing the number in the units column until you get to 9, and then changing the tens number to a 2 and the units to a 0, so we would get 20. Hexadecimal numbers, hex meaning 6 and dec meaning 10, do the same kind of thing, but they go up to 16. Now, unfortunately, we don't have enough digits to get up to 16 before going into the next column, so we use letters. So we start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the same as in decimal, but then instead of starting a new column, a new place value column, we continue in the units column, A, B, C, D, E, F. And then when we get to what would be decimal number 16, that's when we put a 1 in the next column and a 0 in the units column. So that gives us the ability to use less columns, less place value columns for bigger numbers. The way that works out in terms of colour is that obviously 0 is still 0. The number 256 in decimal ends up as 100 in hexadecimal, and 255 is double F. Let's have a look at how that works with colour. So let's go back to our red, green and blue colours. And red is 255, and in hexadecimal that's FF. G is 0, that we always have to have 2 digits though, and blue is also 0. So the hexadecimal code for red is, and it always has a hashtag in front, hashtag FF0000. Similarly, we can do the same for the green. Red always comes first, so these go in the same order, red, green, blue. So red is 0, green is FF, and blue is 0. So for the blue, red will be 00, green will be 00, and blue will be FF. You might be thinking, I'm not sure I believe that. So let's just pop into the shape format tools and shape fill. And I'm going to go into more colours and custom. And you'll see we're still in RGB colour, but we've got a hex code, hex being short for hexadecimal, and the colour code that we've just produced is correct for red. Don't think I can change it immediately there. Let's just, and for green, and so on. So let's have a look at this one. So yellow would be, well, full red, full green, and no blue. This light blue would be no red, full green, full blue. So you can see this works actually quite easily. These are the two that I think are really important to remember. So white is all colour. So that's FF for red, FF for green, FF for blue. So if you see this colour with 6 Fs, that's white. I think you can probably predict what black is going to be. There you go. So if you need to know a hexadecimal colour code, or if it would be useful to, you can work it out from the red, green, blue. But what's really useful is just being able to go into your more fill colours and pick up the colour code to use it somewhere else. I hope that's been useful. See you tomorrow.